Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about my experience being pregnant in nursing school. Just graduated a couple weeks ago, and I know that this is a topic that I get asked a lot on my Instagram, so I wanted to quickly make a YouTube video covering the challenges that I faced, as well as like the positive aspect and how I was able to make it work and still graduate on time. So I found out that I was pregnant in my third semester of nursing school. At that time, I was a nursing aide at the hospital that I currently work at as a licensed practical nurse, an LPN. So there's challenges working as an LPN as well as a nursing student. So I'm going to try to cover both. So during my third semester, the biggest issues that I had as a student was not being able to pass certain medications. Like anti-rejection medications for patients that have had organ transplants. I also wasn't able to administer or really help out with any chemo when we got to experience our clinicals on oncology. I also wasn't able to watch certain procedures that had x-ray. For the most part, being pregnant in nursing school is all about communicating to your instructors. And even to some of your classmates that you're pregnant, even in the early stages, especially when you're not showing. A lot of times I would arrive to clinical and, it's easier for people to forget that you're pregnant when you're not, showing with a belly. So I had to remind my clinical instructor that I was pregnant sometimes because I would get my assignment and I would find out later that they were on precautions for meningitis or shingles. That's another example of a patient that you cannot take care of while you're pregnant because there's too much risk for the fetus. So I also had to communicate that I was pregnant to my coworkers and to my boss so that I could get an appropriate patient assignment. I would say that the most difficult part about that was just you're constantly on edge on what medications you can touch, what kind of patients that you can take care of, reminding yourself that you can't do a lot of physical things, even if sometimes in the early stages, like if you have a really obese patient, it's much more difficult to boost that patient or reposition them in their beds or transfer them from the bed to a bedside commode or what have you. So I would say you just have to be conscious constantly. You have to be aware of your limitations while you're pregnant. So during the summer, I worked as an LPN, so I just continued to make sure I had a patient assignment that was appropriate for me. And then come fourth semester, I did my preceptorship on labor and delivery. So that was really exciting and I absolutely love that. I definitely know that that's what I want to do for my career as a nurse. I was in my third trimester and my fourth semester. So physically, that was really hard on me. I would say that that was probably one of the contributing factors for going into preterm labor. I gave birth at 36 weeks and 3 days. I had a completely uncomplicated pregnancy. I didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't have bad swelling. I didn't have weird sciatic pains. I had absolutely no issues whatsoever during my pregnancy. I was really, really blessed to have such a good pregnancy in nursing school. And I will tell you that you don't know how you're going to respond to pregnancy until you're pregnant. So if your biological clock is ticking, I knew a couple of girls that I went to school with that are in their late 20s and they were really anxious to start a family. So that was one of their biggest concerns. And then on my Instagram, women reach out to me and ask me about that. And I just tell them honestly that it would just be better to wait till after nursing school to have kids. Just because in nursing school, you just really want to be super focused and super driven to get graduated and to get done. However, if you're like me, I made sure that I got it done, and my husband and I worked really hard to collaborate and make sure our schedules and everything lined up. It was probably one of the most stressful times in my entire life. I was in the military for 6 years, and I would say I was still not as stressed as I was during my fourth semester. So if that tells you anything. All in all, I would recommend waiting until the end of nursing school. a couple other things that I just thought of that you might want to be aware of is just the physical aspect of it. I ended up working over 40 hours a week most weeks because I was trying to get my clinical preceptor hours done before my due date, as well as working part-time as an LPN at the same hospital. So that was really difficult to work over 40 hours a week. And I would say that was probably why I went into preterm labors, because my body was so physically stressed out from everything. Another big tip that I would say in nursing school that helped me out a lot is my nursing school friends that are now going to be my lifetime best friends. I had a super supportive family system as well as a super supportive group of friends that really helped me out and really helped me to get things finished and study with me and just to remind me like, hey, don't forget to do this assignment. It's due in this time, because it's really easy to, you know, put nursing school aside because you want to take care of your baby and take care of your family. So that was really, really, really helpful. I will be forever grateful for my friends that, you know, basically carried me through that last semester. My last 3 exams, I ended up being home alone with my baby to take care of and study and do all those different things because my husband was working night shift, and that's just what his schedule was already set up to be. So that was really hard. But I really sometimes look back at it and I really don't know how I got through 4th semester and graduated nursing school on time. I just took one day at a time and just did the assignments and just tried my very hardest. And I think for a lot of people that get pregnant, especially with working and school and different things like that, you have a new kind of motivation, and that new motivation is to do the best you can for your sweet new little baby. I also want to mention that I actually went into labor and delivered on my last clinical shift. I was doing my preceptorship on labor and delivery, so it worked out perfectly. My preceptor was my labor and delivery nurse, and it was an absolutely amazing, beautiful experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm probably going to make another YouTube video about my birth story because I think it's really funny, and I think you guys would really find it entertaining. So I'll probably make a YouTube video about that. But if you found this video helpful, or if you know somebody that is pregnant in nursing school, or if you're pregnant in nursing school, please leave a comment down below and let me know so we can, you know, work together. I can help support you. If you have any other questions that I didn't answer in this video, or if you need someone just to give you some motivation and support during that time, just, you know, leave a comment or head to my Instagram at PagerDanger and, you know, leave me a message on there. A lot of women reach out to me on a weekly basis asking about being pregnant in nursing school. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.